Okay. All right. It says we're recording. So, anyway, we were talking about the mounds you said are going to be in, you're going to Kentucky for the conference?
Yes, I'm going to be one of the speakers at the Mammoth Cave Symposium in Kentucky in October.
Mm-hmm.
And Chief Tecumseh is also going to be one of the speakers. And he will be speaking on the mound, the tribes, on the mound people, which is the original people that set up a map. They plotted the earth, a map. And they did it, they looked at the stars because we are all star people, we're star beings. We come from many constellations through the cosmos.
Wow.
And in order to map the earth, they looked at the stars and then they plotted so you can travel the earth and look where you walk, so you're not looking at the stars and trip over.
Wow. So he's going to talk more about that and the star people and all that?
Yeah, he's going to talk about, he was especially invited for that and many other reasons. And one is the inner connection, the inner earth to Transylvania, which it's probably gonna be released. A lot of people speculate what that connection is, but we are going to set the record straight.
Good.
Between myself and Chief Tecumseh and Sandra Sabatini, which also will be one of the speakers herself. She's going to talk about the inner earth, I think more from her perspective will be from a scientific point of view, and also the wind makers.
Wow. Yeah, I was into those about 25 years ago, all that windmaker stuff. And she said something about the Anunnaki too, I think.
Yes, the Anunnaki, her experience with the Bucheji Mountain, she also had her own, just like Octeles shared his. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
His experience with Bucheji Mountain, and now Sandra is going to speak about it. And so I am not the only one speaking about the Bucheji Mountains and the Living Library. And then, we'll also be speaking about the ancient wind makers because I'm half Russian.
Mm-hmm.
So where the today's wind makers, where they really come from.
That's so fascinating. I heard something the other day about that Lemuria is really Hyperborea, and that they said there, in fact, I looked on the map, there was a place that it's not called that anymore, but it's very close. It's to the, let's see, it would be western end of Russia, which is close to the Ukraine and Romania, and that's really Lemuria. It's not an island. And I was like, wow. And then my little pieces started coming together, like I go, well, that's Hyperborea. And then what is this about, they're saying other things I heard about Hyperboreans or Hyperborea is, beyond the Arctic ice.
Because it is beyond the Arctic ice, because the original map of the Earth, is Hyperborea. Hyperborea was not on the north, it was in the middle of the map.
Okay.
Meaning your center, the center of your being. Makes sense.
Yeah, so the Earth being the center of the Earth kind of us, or the
So
Hyperborean?
yeah, on the original map, and then it's somehow over time it says, oh, it's indicating the North Pole because that's when you navigate. Yeah, navigation, your compass is pointing north, but your compass is really pointing inward.
Wow. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So that's the true origins of what a compass really is. Yeah.
Jeez.
So the North. So now we understanding the true meaning of the North Pole, and the South Pole is when you journey in your journey and your exploration is how far you decide to journey between you and your inner being. So that's really the true meaning of the North Pole and the South Pole, and not very many people know this.
No. No, I know it's all overlaid with so much stuff to try to, like the Machete Mountains with it's a holographic library, but now that holographic library is always changing as we change, isn't it? So
yeah, it's always changing. It's because it's a mirror of us, really. Yeah, the living library. The living library is a manifestation of how us, the living beings. Huh?
Yeah.
And then you simultaneously change the so-called, I don't even think you can call it a record because it's recording as we go. Yeah.
Would it have information, the big deal now that's so huge is disclosure, right? Disclosing all these beings that supposedly manipulated us and keep us enslaved, and they're out for our energy. That's been huge this past 3-4 years now, and it just keeps unfolding worse, more and more. Now there's clones, now there's alien beings, and everybody's fighting for this earth. What do you think about all that? I mean, is that information in Machete Mountains, or is that just total all overlay or something?
Well, the Living Library or the Bucheji Mountains have all of it in there because they hold the template to everything that comes into manifestation. Yeah, you have to have a template, just like you have to have a blueprint when you build a house. Yeah. So for that reality to come into being, yeah, the one about cloning or what's happening on Earth, you also have to have a template. And part of the Hyperborea is they are the engineers. They keep in every template so an experience can take place because they're neutral.
Okay.
So that's one thing to clarify. The second one is cloning and everything else it has to do with the astral realm and the social engineer persona.
Right. Yeah.
The social engineer persona is the one that is being cloned, and because it's a simulated hologram, it's not Mother Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the real timeline of Mother Earth, cloning can never happen. Bad weather, disasters. That has always happened in a simulated hologram. Yeah? You cannot change the natural template of something original. Nobody can mess with it. So now the so-called our enemy or the elite or the artificial intelligence, they're playing in that simulated hologram. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that.
The question
but
you
yeah.
have to ask yourself, what have I got to do with that simulated hologram? Because it might not even be in your journey. Huh?
Right.
That's why it's called it's why it's called a hologram of deception, because when you make yourself a vibrational match to it by worrying and being concerned about something, yeah, then those impressions, yeah, your perspective can be deceiving because you're looking through the lens of fear.
So then that sounds like you're saying everything is happening here. There's all kinds of different realities going on right here now. If you're vibrating to the holographic overlay, then that's what you're going to experience. And
yeah, because when you look through the lens of fear, and what fear really means is a lack of the absence of that you desire. That's what fear really is. That's how you create fear. Very simple, very simple. Let's not complicate it or psychologize it or something, or digest it or process it too much. It's very simple. When you choose to look through a lens of fear, it means that you are looking at the absence of that which you desire.
Yeah.
And that is the blueprint of the matrix. It really is. Huh? You're not enough, you don't have enough, you're never gonna get enough. You gotta chase after things, you gotta achieve it, you gotta run life like a marathon. What else? You fall from grace. What else?
Wow. Okay, there's one thing I know a lot of people that I know and or the idea that we should be doing something. I know, but it's big, and it's like I have it too. I have a guilt that I'm not doing enough to my part to, you know, help wake up humanity, or you know, or whatever it is. It's like so confusing. Like you almost feel guilty if you're enjoying your life. And yeah, it's like, hey, we have a mission. I mean, I've heard so often, oh, starseeds have a mission. They forget who they are and why they're here, you know? And it's like, what's the mission? To uplift, you know, to hold the energy. But everyone forgets that they're all playing in the persona, fear persona. So it's very confusing to me.
Yeah, because what is that? How does that translate like that? That is of concern to you, right? It is.
It feels like it should be.
Yeah, like what you're saying, what we're saying in that by having that kind of narrative, that kind of dialogue, we're saying we're concerned, right? And concern is a sister of fear.
Like, yeah, right.
Like I worry about something. And I think I wrote something about worrying today, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
It was very simple.
I mean, we have the people that are saying, you know, if you don't expose this horrific, well, these are all going on within the holographic layover, however you want to say it, you know, with the terrible things that are happening to children and harvesting organs. And so that's what I get confused. It's like, that's awful and people should know about it. So if it's exposed, then, you know, there's this thing, okay, then we're not going to allow that anymore. But so those are the confusing things I don't understand.
They've been going on forever, maybe not that form, yeah, but they've been going on since forever. And it's because sovereignty of being, it also means that you live at the being, because if you're not in fear, the only reason you're concerned about something because you think you're going to be affected by it, right? If we don't fix these things, it's going to affect myself, my life, my planet. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
now you're back to concern. You're not in your essence, knowing that it's a hologram. That's the simulated hologram, and whether you make yourself a vibrational match to it or not, it's up to you. That's also sovereignty, because your soul will allow you to experience whatever you choose. Yeah, it's in your choice.
Yeah.
It's back to choice. It will let you be in a hologram of deception foreverness if you choose like that. It's not going to come and save you, right?
Yeah.
And so now the power is always a choice, see?
Mm-hmm.
And we also have to grant other beings to express, whichever way they want to. We're not going to go and close the universe just because they're creating crazy things in there and eating each other up.
Yeah. I'm going to close your universe.
They weren't here to close God, It's like, no, because the act allowing, it allows. Oh, I hear your dog.
I know.
You want to let him in?
Hold on. Yeah, I'll pause the
let's leave him, let him in.
And the recording's being weird.
Let's start.
Okay, let's go. We're on.
Okay, so back to the conversation, yes? So it goes back to the power of your choice, which has to do with your sovereignty, your sovereignty of being. One of the aspects is that you're conscious of your choice. And when you're conscious of your choice, then you don't get disappointed, because if you choose to look through the lens of fear, right, then you're going to end up in a matrix, and then you should be okay there. Then you should not expect things to go well. So most of the time it's like your expectations are not in congruence to what world you're entering, see? See what I mean? It's like, then you can go in a matrix and know things are just not going to be well, and then and then you're well because you don't expect anything else.
Yeah, I think, like for me, I have this idea that there's right and wrong things to do. It's the idea of what people think of you. We have a big thing of how are others going to see me? How are others going to see me? So you have the people saying, if you don't expose this stuff and keep your head in the ground like an ostrich, you're not helping at all. And it's like, ooh. It's a good jab for guilt. It really is a good jab for guilt. Yeah, so it's like I teeter between both worlds sometimes. But the other one is very stressful because it's almost like there's nothing you could do. These people are going to do it no matter what. All you could do is maybe tell a friend, be careful in the matrix because, there's a lot of shit in there. I don't know.
There really isn't nothing you can do because natural law says this. Yeah? Mm-hmm. There isn't anything you could do because they are perceiving you through their perspective. It's not how you truly are. Mm-hmm. Everything is a perception. It's perspective, their own. Yeah. So now the battle is between personas because they're perceiving through the lens of fear, and they're not perceiving you, the real you. Yeah. And they are just perceiving it through that lens. So no matter how much you do, it's never going to be enough, because plus it's not, we're keeping each other busy, checking on each other. You know, that's a lot of work. Like, who's doing what? Are we doing enough? My gosh, when are we going to enjoy ourselves and each other, right?
Yeah.
Where the living being has a direct perception with another living being. Yeah, it has heart to heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no judgment there, whether you do something about it or nothing. There is, because we have reverence toward each other.
Well, I came to the question. It's like another manipulation. You know, that's what it's feeling like. It's like, here's another rabbit hole to go down instead of, you know, being life itself, another rabbit hole to go down and worry about, because that's endless. There's endless rabbit holes and stories. So, yeah.
Exactly. It's another distraction, yeah? It's keeping you away from feeling directly who you truly are, and feeling the other living being who they truly are. Huh? Now we leave our essence, yeah, because we in between each other we really don't exchange energy. Like, you know, when you go to 0 point, there is no movement there. Nobody's taking and maneuvering energy. Yeah? It's just pure essence.
Yeah.
And right, there is no commerce. That's how the law of commerce really started. You know how it started? I will let you know. This comes from the land of Noah. When Noah said to his grandson, Canaan, it explained to him how when you don't see each other through your essence, now you have to ask. You give me this, I give you that. You give me enough love, I don't give you enough love. You give me hell and I give you love. Yeah. So now you are commercializing your energy instead of enjoying your essence. And that's where the Canaanite laws, which are, you know, all the ecclesiastic laws of today's world, come from the land of Canaan, the repeating of it. Yeah. Because we think we have law of commerce, but we really have ecclesiastic laws. We have the priests that run the world.
Yeah.
So now that you know that that's not natural because you are not nurturing yourself from the pure energy of your own essence.
That makes sense.
Now you have to trade energy. You're starting commerce, and that's not natural law at all. Because you have enough, you are welling up with it. Yeah? You have overflowing in abundance of it. Yeah?
Yeah, and so that would open up to being enslaved right there. You know, when you're buying into that.
Yeah, then you're crossing the threshold, and that's okay if you're crossing, yeah, because you're exploring. You can go back and forth and cross that threshold, but be aware when you're crossing that threshold. Don't expect otherwise, you know?
Yes, right. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think what's happening is actually more and more people are being aware of both worlds now. You know, they have their foot in both in a way, which is good. You know, they're going, oh, wait a minute, I don't know if I want to play that anymore. You know, and then if you do, like when I go on Facebook, I go, okay, you know what you're going to get when you go. You know, so don't be bitching about what's there, because that's what it's all about. So go and play, but if you take it personal or to heart, or your energy's being drained, you know, that's what happens. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
like playing in both worlds. I know what to expect, and
right.
you know,
But actually, it's not the others doing to you. You're crossing that threshold, and
yeah,
now you are doing commerce. You know, the Hermes comes in, and now you're trading energies instead of sitting in your essence.
yeah,
Yeah. But I tell
exactly.
yeah, because you could go into Facebook and just never leave your space within.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Mhm.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
And
So
they don't give a damn, how other perceives you and what they say, because it's a part of your maturity, yeah, that you have grown into really knowing who you are. And I don't get as attacked as much as like last year. I got bombarded, but this year, uh, this year is a little bit smoother, and because I guess I wasn't as known and what Hyperborea is all about, which I understand, if you don't know something, then of course. But I see it like more and more beautiful every day. I really do. I mean, I see, even on Facebook, I see dialogues that did not take place even 6 months ago.
yeah,
So,
yeah. It depends on what group I go to,
oh,
and you know what's happening, and then even in actually all the groups, there's shifts being made.
yes,
There are shifts being made. It is shifting. So it's like,
yes.
it's cool, you know. Um, it's been a great personal learning experience being on there, and being able to be involved with so many people at the same time. You get a good workout.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course, I'd like to take any kind of feeling, of irritation, frustration, and everything. I always bring it to me, because it's me allowing it. So it's a great tool to see, dig in my own self and see what old patriarchal beliefs I have, or religious, or, any kind of things I'm still holding on to. That's a good way to see those, and, release them, and always center, become in your beingness. And when you're there, everything rolls off like water, you know, like it's,
Yeah, it does because, and the only time it rolls like water and it's effort, and then you don't have to even do all this cleansing and all that, is because you either are in a flow or you're not. And when you're in a
yeah,
flow, even the cleansing,
you
you
don't need to do that.
because we're not the cleaning crew, I mean, we're never meant to be the cleaning crew or the cleaning lady. You clean after, leftover energies or debris. That's not we're here for the joy of being. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so now you have to decide, are you part of the cleaning crew, and some like, I don't know, some groups. And I don't mean this in a condescending or negative way, but some people like the light workers, they think they have to work at it and they have to clean the stuff up. That's fine. I mean, it's their choice. But I notice you cannot do enough cleaning, because now you think now you think there's something wrong there. So you are now reactivating it. Yeah. Because
well, I'll say though, for
as
my
long, as
for
long as you think there's something wrong, you're going to bring more dirt in, because so then you think you're cleaning, and then there's just no input.
yeah,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah. Well, my journey was, like maybe it's just to get wisdom of how, what's a good word for it? Just how the overlay system works, the matrix works, how we got, how we thought we were stuck here and all that. So once I did start looking at myself and finding a pattern, and you can't clean it. You just could go, oh, I don't want this anymore. So, I mean, and once I've done enough of those, it just comes to realizing, oh, am I in flow or not? So anyway, that was a journey for me to get to that point, to understand what, oh, that's flow, I don't know. It's, yeah, it seems to be like a journey I could relate to because I've been doing it. And then, like I said, the outcome is just beingness, flow or not flow.
That's it.
That's it. So, but it took all that to learn that for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I mean,
in natural law, that's not really how you learn it anyhow.
yeah, but like when you're a baby and you're told that's how things work,
because
you have to undo it all. It's like you have to get rid of everything you've learned to be free.
I guess let me see if I can take it from another perspective. When things really get well, so-called well, it's not because you worked at it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you learned it.
What?
It's because every now and then you align. Maybe you got away from it, or you slept well, or you took really good care of yourself, or you play with your pet, or you listen to your favorite music, and you align, and then you are in a flow, and then because your wisdom yourself, you are yourself wisdom. You don't learn things. Nobody learns anything.
It's true. After all said and done, it's
they don't learn. Why should they learn? Your wisdom itself, right?
Yeah.
So now it appears to you because the matrix says you have to learn things, you have to go through, you got to take all these 1,000 years of detour and punish yourself with hard work so you can be wise. And so now you overlook that when you took time off, that's when things got well. And then you have a misunderstanding where the alignment really took place. You aligned first, and then the outer mirror had to reflect that. Yeah. It's the same thing with like achieving things. People think they run after things and they achieve their goals. It doesn't happen that way. It only happens because they align, whether they know it or not, because you go to sleep and your soul calls you back. Or you watch some children playing, or you watch some flowers blossoming, and then you think you reach your goals.
People think it's because of the hard work they put into it, but
and I know that's why you're laughing, because you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's a joke. Yeah, because we're not here to do anything by effort. We are here to. Our action is a byproduct of our alignment. It's a byproduct. It's not an action. We don't create by action. Nobody has ever created by action, ever. Their action is just reflects whether they are aligned or not. It's a tool. Yeah. Because being and creating, we already know it happens simultaneously. That's the magic of who we are. So there. Nobody has ever created anything by action, ever.
I know. Yeah.
It's like a guiding tool for you, like a guidance system. That's the only reason we have action, huh? Is to check, am I aligned or not? And when you're aligned, then it's flowing and it's no effort in your action. You just
Right?
enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All from the sky in your lap, you know, like the Buddha sat there and monkeys brought him food. And after he meditated for so long, what did he say? This is not necessary. It's ridiculous what I'm doing here under the Bodhi tree. See? I wasted my time instead of through effort.
Oh, it's so bizarre.
It is bizarre, isn't it?
It's crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I sit here laughing to myself many times a day, you know, because.
Yeah, you see that. You see the absurdity of it, and
Yeah.
God, it's like we prefer struggle for some reason. You know, like it's some kind of. It gives you a false feeling of aliveness in a way. This struggle, because it feels so.
It's like a drug. You take it and it gives you some kind of an uplift, but then you fall into the pits of your own hell pretty bad.
Yeah, you always fall, and then
you climb yourself up, and then you think you achieved something. Like, why did you tumble in the first place?
Yeah, I know. It's very strange. So I don't know what's that. I don't know what that's about, but it's like that's definitely
it's that program that
what
says
we
you're
do.
not good enough and you fell from grace. Instead of like having clarity and knowing when you cross that threshold that's called fall from grace, it's only because you have chosen to look through the lens of fear of lack. That's it. That's fall from grace right there. Okay? I mean, you have to catch yourself at that threshold, like your awareness has to. Your awareness is your tool. There's your threshold. Like I always say, you know, the shift hit the fence. Stay in your essence.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why I said that. You know, stay in your essence.
Yeah. I'm looking at, see if I have another question. Let's see. Not really.
All right. Then maybe we can close it down because how long has it been?
I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to put it on pause. Goodbye.
Goodbye.